Step 5. Education from mentors. Exemplary mentors. Quote, "A wise man learns from his mistakes, but an even wiser man learns from someone else's mistakes." Unquote. An age-old saying. Seek knowledge from qualified mentors and seasoned individuals to leverage their education and experiences, creating an opportunity to bypass potential delays they've encountered. Absorb the wealth of knowledge they offer, providing a more efficient roadmap for your journey. People you encounter possess diverse qualities. Select the best attributes from those you wish to emulate. Each person excels in distinct areas, whether athletically, socially, strategically, or emotionally. No individual embodies every desired attribute, and differences in values and traditions may exist despite common goals. Mentors can emerge from various backgrounds: celebrities, historical figures, educators, religious inspirations, or even family members. Mentorship extends beyond direct interaction. Observation from a distance can also be valuable. Recognize the mentorship value in everyone, appreciating their strengths and examples. In your quest for a mentor, broaden your perspective to include diverse individuals, even those with fundamental lifestyle differences. Step 5 signifies the moment to seek others' assistance in self-improvement. Embrace the opportunity to learn from everyone, transcending differences and recognizing positive qualities even in those you may disagree with. Consider the last movie villain you encountered. Despite their nefarious goals, villains often exhibit determination, intelligence, hard work, and persuasive abilities. While their objectives may be undesirable, learning from their talents can be enlightening. Everyone, even those we may not like, has something to teach us when we choose to focus on their strengths. In Step 5, appreciate the diversity of qualities around you and extract valuable lessons from unexpected sources. Again, everyone is able to teach you something when you choose to learn from their strengths. Personal pessimism. Learning from others' mistakes should be a process of growth, not an opportunity for ridicule or self-elevation. Adopting an attitude that discredits others' failures as shortcomings that you didn't make lacks learning value and impedes personal development. Avoid the trap of judgment beyond reasonable assessment, as excessive criticism corrodes your own well-being and self-esteem. When you witness someone facing challenges, especially in areas where you excel, cultivate empathy and respect for their effort. Your accomplishments reflect your dedication and hard work, and you should recognize the same potential in others. While you aren't obligated to assist them, refraining from derogatory comments preserves your own productivity and prevents the unnecessary creation of enemies while keeping your energy beam directed in a positive direction for yourself. Critiquing others may provide a temporary boost on the emotions. It's purely a counterproductive habit that erodes your character. It's essential to avoid creating unnecessary enemies, as those you disparage today may become formidable adversaries in the future. Approach interactions with politeness, fostering trustable allies rather than discounting others' abilities to progress. Arrogance based on experience should not blind you to the efforts of less experienced individuals. Dismissing them as inferior due to their current struggles is counterproductive. Understand that everyone starts somewhere, and those who earnestly try will eventually improve. Arrogance risks alienating potential allies and mentors who may contribute to your growth. Treat others with respect, regardless of their current proficiency, as they may rise above their current stature, and your conduct will leave a lasting impression on their journey. Positive persona. Learning from others is a valuable tool for knowledge acquisition, even if you don't necessarily admire or like those from whom you're learning. The key is to objectively analyze their choices and results so you can do better with your choices for similar or different results. Over time, you may find that you develop respect, not love, but respect, for individuals whom you initially despised as you understand the motivations behind their actions and the positive outcomes they achieved. Fostering empathy or sympathy is a growing experience for you too. When selecting mentors, prioritize credibility that aligns with your specific goals. Investigate why your chosen mentors achieved notable accomplishments. Understand the challenges they faced, the beliefs they held, and the resources that propelled them forward. This research helps you prepare for potential pitfalls and tailor your path to align with or diverge from theirs based on your desires. Mentors play a crucial role in shaping your ideas and guiding your emulation efforts. Individuals in mentoring roles are often eager to assist those aspiring to follow in their footsteps. This willingness to help is a theme that will be explored further in the 11th step when you transition to becoming a mentor yourself. Don't hesitate to reach out to those who can aid you in your journey. People generally enjoy sharing their knowledge and stories, contributing to their sense of accomplishment and fostering growth in others, which, in turn, boosts their self-esteem. Nice things to know. Throughout the goal process, there is no explicit requirement to be nice to others. However, it's crucial to recognize that your actions have consequences, as per Newton's laws. Where there is an action, there is an opposite and equal reaction. If you choose not to be nice, don't expect others to reciprocate kindness, which may impact your ability to achieve goals independently. Even individuals who are generally nice have their limits before responding with less amiability. Everyone possesses the autonomy to act according to their own principles. It's essential to exercise caution if cordiality is not within your disposition. Quote, "We have the right to refuse service." Unquote. By management. In various situations, such as business interactions, respect and courtesy carry more weight than financial transactions. Many establishments may refuse service to paying customers if their behavior is disruptive or disrespectful. How you treat others significantly influences your ability to obtain what you need and, conversely, the risk of being denied. Courtesy, from a certain perspective, can be viewed as a selfish act. Recognizing that you require assistance or cooperation from others, treating them respectfully becomes a strategy to encourage them to go out of their way to create mutual benefits. After criticizing, degrading, or humiliating someone, anticipate that their opposing reactions will reverberate back toward you with fervor. Inversely, you have every right to withhold your talents, time, resources, and best wishes from someone who has intentionally sought to mistreat and condemn you. It's how you communicate to the world at large how you expect to be treated. That's the nicest thing you can do for yourself when you face the world at large. Benefits of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a crucial aspect, especially when delving into the realm of seeking mentors. Finding mentors marks the initial step in the goal process where you take your goals into the world, attempting to give them a tangible form. This process involves putting yourself, your thoughts, and your ideas out there. A significant step that can boost your self-esteem. However, it's also a space where the world's response can be potentially harsh. Especially as the world is not short of derogatory pundits and enthusiastic critics. At some point, each of us has formed a negative opinion or made a choice that may have unintentionally, incidentally, or intentionally offended or harmed another person. In return, others might have shaped derogatory opinions or made choices that offended us. In the vast world, others are pursuing happiness and striving for goal achievement. Just like you. This introduces the element of political maneuvering, where many individuals primarily seek positive gains for themselves, sometimes at their own expense, but more frequently at the expense of others. In essence, the truth is clear. You need others. And others need you. However, navigating through our feelings and egos can be challenging. Holding grudges can alienate you from working effectively with others. When you remain offended and act defensively, the likelihood is that they won't help you. And you won't help them. Grudges create a lose-lose scenario, rarely resulting in any winners. Be careful of who you choose to retain a grudge against. There are substantial benefits in the broader context of life when we learn to implement the practice of forgiving one another. Understanding how to forgive, when to forgive, and, conversely, when forgiveness might not be appropriate due to the severity of the transgression. All these considerations play a role in maintaining healthy relationships. It's crucial to recognize when forgiveness is warranted and earned. Granting external forgiveness. In the goal process, Forgiveness is not a mandatory requirement for the progression of self-esteem. As a human being with emotions, dictating that forgiving others should be obligatory can feel like conforming to a social cookie cutter against your genuine feelings. Feelings that you may rightfully possess with logical reasoning, evidence to back your stance, and witnesses who attest your affirmations. Honesty is crucial in acknowledging that there are individuals whom you may not wish to forgive, and they may deserve the weight of any grudges. You indeed have the right as a human being not to forgive, but it's essential to recognize that holding on to grudges may lead to the withdrawal of potential resources by others involved. Choosing not to forgive someone can also serve as a safeguard for future experiences you intentionally aim to avoid. It communicates to others that you know you deserve a certain level of respect and treatment, contributing to an increase in your self-esteem as you prioritize self-acknowledgement. In some instances, the hurt you've experienced may be too profound to forget, and the phrase forgive and forget is deemed horrible advice. It contradicts the goal process, disregards the existence of emotions, and subjects your self-esteem to the limitations of societal norms. Forgiving does not automatically restore things to their previous state because you chose to ignore and numb out a few emotions. Actions have fractured the laws of trust or respect, and a simple sorry usually does not repair the damage. Sometimes, time only dulls the senses or reopens long-healed scars into new deeper wounds. Rather than forgetting, learn from the experience. Embrace the fact that things have changed, and so have you. When someone seeks your forgiveness, it is your prerogative to decide if they have genuinely changed in a way that merits your pardon. If you choose to forgive, do so truly and honestly, letting go from that moment forward. Forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean allowing someone back into your life or reinstating all levels of trust. Sometimes, forgiveness means letting them peacefully leave your life to protect your self-esteem. Forgiveness is a challenging process, whether you decide to maintain a diminished level of trust or part ways with someone who was once of great value to you. It's essential to be cautious when forgiving, as it doesn't guarantee that the individual has genuinely repented. Beware of repeating offenses, as some individuals may exploit your willingness to forgiveness to leverage your kindness, using apologies as a means to repeat harmful behavior. At this juncture, by tolerating and overlooking their mistreatment of you, you've implicitly conveyed that their abuse was deemed valid and acceptable, creating a perception that it's acceptable for them to repeat such behavior. It now becomes your own fault. While forgiveness should not be rushed, it should not be categorically refused if circumstances change to benefit both parties involved. But only when both parties benefit and grow. Requesting forgiveness from others. First, if you have not acted in a way that was inappropriate, damaging, neglectful, or harmful to another person, do not apologize. That becomes an admission of guilt even if you are innocent. But, when need to, requesting forgiveness from someone requires utmost sincerity and a genuine acknowledgement of the impact your actions may have had on them. It is crucial to initiate this process promptly, expressing remorse for the hurt caused and demonstrating a sincere commitment to make amends. 1. Caring for the person you've hurt. Genuine remorse involves caring for the well-being of the person you've harmed. Manipulative apologies that prioritize your own interests can lead to creating more enemies than friends. At this rate, your apology may become more damaging than the action requiring the forgiveness. 2. Acknowledging your thoughtless actions. Recognize that your actions were inconsiderate or miscalculated and caused harm. Take responsibility for your behavior, demonstrating an understanding of the impact on the other person. 3. Compensating losses equally. While you may not be able to fully restore all losses, make a genuine effort to compensate as much as possible. Consult with the affected person to determine fair restitution, emphasizing your commitment to making amends. 4. Learning from mistakes. Actively work to avoid repeating the same mistakes. Utilize the lessons learned from the experience and apply them to personal growth. The goal process can serve as a valuable framework for continuous improvement. By sincerely following these steps, you aim to create a renewed start in the relationship. Trust and respect can be rebuilt over time if forgiveness and repentance are handled with respect and humility. It's important to acknowledge that despite your efforts, some relationships may still be strained or lost. To minimize the need for requesting forgiveness, prioritize a comprehensive approach to goal setting and decision-making through the complete goal process. This will not only reduce the likelihood of mistakes but also contribute to a more positive and fulfilling life. Caution to those you love. In moments of frustration and anger, individuals often unintentionally direct their emotions towards those closest to them. Family and trusted friends. This paradoxical behavior highlights the tendency to be more forgiving and understanding with strangers and acquaintances while being easily frustrated with loved ones at home. This peculiar dynamic may be rooted in the confidence that those at home, who genuinely care about you, will forgive your outbursts. Unlike strangers on the street, your loved ones have a vested interest in your well-being and may extend compassion more readily. However, it's essential to recognize that the ones most willing to forgive deserve better treatment for their purity of heart. Your dearest loved ones should not bear the burden of forgiveness as a routine part of maintaining a relationship with you. Instead, strive to create an environment where forgiveness is not a constant necessity, safeguarding the bonds with those who hold significant importance in your life. Make a conscious effort to shield your loved ones from the unintended consequences of using their love as a release valve for your frustrations. Sorry warning. Exercise caution when dealing with individuals who employ guilt as a manipulative tool to influence your actions. Throughout your life, you'll encounter people who consistently demand apologies and more apologies, using guilt as leverage. These individuals typically do not adhere to the goal process. Instead, they seek validation by incessantly manipulating others through negative tactics and subtle gaslighting. Many of them exhibit extreme narcissistic traits, manipulating you with guilt to fulfill their demands, often without you even realizing it. Recognize these individuals by their perpetual state of being offended by the actions or remarks of others. It's crucial to disregard such individuals and refrain from feeling remorse for not succumbing to their repetitive demands for forgiveness. Distance yourself as much as possible from these individuals, as their preoccupation with perpetual offense makes it unlikely for them to prioritize your needs. In steering clear of such individuals, you safeguard your time and energy for more constructive pursuits. Internal forgiveness. The person who wields the most influence on your life is undeniably you. Understanding your mistakes more intimately than anyone else, you find yourself at the crossroads of self-grudges and self-forgiveness. In the complex dance of self-offense, you are both the seeker and granter of forgiveness, from you to you. This internal struggle is intricate, often causing resistance to both learning and self-forgiveness. There are moments when forgiveness, even from oneself, seems unattainable. This internal conflict sets off a roller coaster of questioning. How do I forgive myself? How do I seek forgiveness from myself? Have I genuinely transformed to warrant self-forgiveness? Will I repeat the same harm if I do forgive myself? And, how do I forgive myself for not forgiving myself? This cyclical self-interrogation takes a toll, eroding self-esteem in the process. For optimal alignment with the goal process, when caught in this self-defeating loop, consider redirecting your focus outward. Extend yourself to help others in need. Charity, in its various forms, becomes a powerful antidote to self-doubt. Letting go of the self-centered cycle, become a source of benefit to someone else. This outward shift opens a pathway for you to take pride in sharing your time and abilities with others. Recognizing the need for compensation to facilitate self-forgiveness, consider offering to others what you wished for yourself. Whether it's help, compassion, or appreciation. Remarkably, this approach results in a dual victory. By seemingly helping others the most, you simultaneously extend the most significant help to yourself, fostering gratitude and appreciation from those you've assisted. How Step 5 improves your self-esteem. In line with Maslow's triangle, a measure of external validation is a prerequisite on the social/belonging tier before individuals can ascend to the esteem level and ultimately reach the pinnacle of actualization. The pursuit of mentors emerges as the most effective strategy to fortify the social/belonging platform and advance toward the coveted actualization stage. Collaborating with a trusted mentor not only allows you to impart trust into your aspirations but also taps into the wisdom of someone seasoned in your chosen domain. The reciprocal exchange of trust becomes a pivotal force in enhancing your self-esteem. Crucially, this collaborative experience teaches you the art of teamwork, even with individuals you may not necessarily like, if it means propelling your goals forward. The expansion of your network of resources becomes monumental, broadening the scope of your aspirations and amplifying the potential for goal achievement.